Hello everybody. So of course I hope you're really well, and I hope your preparations are going really well as well. Exciting times for us at the minute with the Deaflympics fast approaching. Certainly exciting times, but also really important times as well to make sure that we've got everything finalised and that we feel confident we know exactly what it is we need to do in order to achieve our best when we're out in Turkey. So this video really is going to be talking everything health. So it's going to give you some practical points and practical tips for you to maybe adopt and take out to Turkey with you, in order to avoid you falling ill when you're out in Turkey, which is obviously what we don't want, as it will reduce your performance. So yeah, I mean, the first thing really for us to think about, especially from a nutritional standpoint, I suppose, is supplementation. So one thing we'd be recommending you do now, is supplement both vitamin D and also probiotics, and then also maintain this throughout the whole of the Deaflympics competition. The reason for this is because we don't want you to become deficient in certain areas that could leave you open to infection, and therefore it's just making sure that everything's optimal within the body. Now, supplementation is something that will be covered in another video, so I'm going to kind of scoot over that quite quickly, but it will be addressed in another video. Now, the next points really are very basic ones, but they're something that you guys need to take control of. So I'm thinking things like making sure that you're washing your hands on a frequent basis, to make sure that your hygiene levels are kept nice and high, especially when we're going to eat, and especially when we're leaving the bathroom. Then of course we need to make sure that we're washing our hands to eradicate any bacteria. To go alongside that, I suppose, you could possibly think about taking antibacterial gels with you as well, so that if you do need to wash your hands, you don't have to worry about going anywhere else. You can just constantly keep it frequent, and it's really accessible then, isn't it, if you can just keep it in your bag. Another really easy thing to do as well is just chew chewing gum when you can. I mean, you might want to take chewing gum out with you, or certainly you might want to buy it when you're out there, just to make sure that you're producing loads of saliva within the mouth, so that you're protecting yourself against infection that way, because saliva has both antibacterial and antiviral properties within it. Something else as well to bear in mind is crowded environments. Now, of course, it's amazing that you guys have got the opportunity to be within an athlete's village, and have everything within one area, etc. But you just have to bear in mind that obviously these areas are going to be really crowded, and that bacterial and infection, etc., will manifest within these areas, and illness can spread really quickly within crowded areas. So that's when it comes back to you really taking control of your hygiene levels, especially within crowded environments. Okay. Moving on, another thing that you need to take into account is recovery. Now, when we talk about recovery, we mean not only what you're eating post competition, which is important, but also sleep, making sure that we are getting enough sleep as well, to avoid excessive immune suppression as a result of hard competition. Moving on, another thing that we need to bear in mind as well is making sure that we're eating plenty of fruit and vegetables when we're also out in Turkey. The reason being is we need to maintain optimal levels of both vitamins and minerals to make sure that we've got an optimal functioning immune system. So yeah, just make sure that that's being carried out as well. And of course, the supplementation of vitamin D will also aid in that as well. Also, another real simple thing to do is just to avoid sharing bottles. So please make sure that you've got your own drinking bottle. Don't share bottles, because if we share bottles and someone's infected, then it's going to spread through the team. So yeah, please just be really careful. Other than that, just make sure that if you are feeling under the weather that you report it straight away. Even if it's a little tiny thing, please just make sure that the doctor's aware of it as soon as possible. Okay, now I hope this video has helped you, and good luck.